lovely, isn't it? Time for some more Mike McCready, but this time with Mad Season. River of Deceit up next. Hello and welcome back, everyone. Now this one is going out to Teddy from Norwich. Nice one, Teddy. Teddy and his son wanted a Mad Season tune, which some of you have been asking for anyway, so River of Deceit, happy to oblige. Now, sound-wise, I'm just going for my fourth position, I believe that is, the in-betweens. With my tumnus. I'm also going to have a little bit of line 6 phaser action. Which is very subtle, but it is very subtle on the record, so that's what I've gone for. There's some noodly stuff, but essentially you're playing between two chords, G major and E minor. Back to G. So those are the chords that are implied underneath. At least I think those are the chords implied underneath. Now as per tab, the first chunk goes like this. For a whole bar, okay? So count 4 beats, then you're going to play this. Let's take that bit first, and let's take each beat, okay? So it's first bit, the next lick is, okay? Second one. Now, I'm doing a hammer on and a pull off for the first bit. Then I'm playing the 4th fret on the next string down. Then a slide from the 4th to the 2nd and a pull off to the open string. Okay, so that's... Okay. Get that bit first, and the next bit, and don't worry too much about this. So you're playing... Okay. Then this. Which is just a hammer on onto the 2nd fret on the D string. Well, it's a double stop basically, so you're playing 2 strings at the same time, okay? The D and the G. Sounds very country. Okay, so that's the first riff. Second riff, the first 2 beats are the same. That's identical as the first one, okay? But then you're going to play this. Okay? So that slowly. Okay, so through again. Not much else to tell you about that, other than you're playing a double stop, open D string, 2nd fret on G string, and then you're going to slide, so you play, so while your finger is actually still on the 2nd fret, so you want to be playing a downstroke then an upstroke to get that nice and crisp, okay? So downstroke for the little double stop, then as you do the upstroke, you're going to do an instant slide from 2nd to 4th. And then take your fingers off, another downstroke to play the open D and G, okay? So then 2nd finger on the 2nd fret D string. And then that's the same as the first riff. Okay, so that through the 2nd time round. And you will hear on top of it this time, and that's the 2nd guitar coming in with this. So play that if you want. Slowly. So it's just a harmony of the part that Mike's playing, okay? So the first riff, then, okay? And then, so that's another one of those grace slides, okay, so. And you're into some chords. Now the second guitar just plays. And the song starts. But Mike does something awesome, and you need this. Changing between the F to the C. So it's an F chord to a C chord to a G chord. Okay? But Mike plays this. It's just awesome. It's so super simple. So it's just all he's doing in between the two chords. But if you fret them like this, it's easier than if you play just the top half of the F chord. Okay. So fret it with your third finger on the A string, fourth finger, third fret D string, and then second and first, like that. So while that chord is still held, you're going to play the second fret on the G string and play. But hold the chord, okay? So. And then when you change to the C, you just take your little finger off, strum, and then do a hammer on with your second finger onto the second fret of the D string, okay? Describing it makes it sound way more complicated, so you'll see exactly what I mean in the tab, okay? Just makes the chord sound so much fuller. And then you're into the verse riff, which is lovely. Now the rhythm gets varied very subtly throughout the whole thing, okay? But the main chunk sounds like this. Now I'm fretting the F slightly differently here because I've got my third finger as the root note, okay, which is the F, third fret on the D string, alright? And you're going to do a pull off on the second fret on the G string, okay, so. Okay, so get that bit first. Okay, so this bit, and 3 more strums. You'll see the exact rhythm in the tab. Again, slowly. And as you get more comfortable, loosen your wrist a bit, okay, and just. Okay, and you can put in little fills and stuff if you want. Now, all I'm doing there, by the way, is just playing lighter and softer with this hand. Okay, this hand isn't gripping the strings really hard or anything. Okay, in fact, my fingers are quite loose. Really, it's quite a light sort of touch on here. And I'm really just I'm not digging in at all. Okay, so keep that kind of light and fluffy. I wouldn't describe Mad Season as light and fluffy, but you get what I'm talking about. And then the chorus comes in, which is great. It goes like this. You could play. Don't think they're doing the full chords. Could play that if you want, that sounds nice. Acoustic version coming soon, I feel. You can probably play that back. That's what I'd suggest you play. It's very easy. Just 2 fingers on the top strings and you're just playing the top 4 strings. Sliding up 2 frets. Now when you slide up to the 7th fret with your first finger, you also need to put your 2nd and 3rd finger on the 8th fret, okay? Because you're essentially playing the G. So this is all G. That's all this is, okay? It just stays on the G major. But here, if you think of this like I know it's a C shape, but if you think of this bit like the D shape, it's like a sus 4th for that G chord, okay? So at its most basic, note, 2 fingers have been added, and then I'm just taking my 3rd finger off. Just an easy way to get that chord smooth. And then you're going to play just pull offs basically with the 3rd fret, so it's pulling off from the 8th to the 7th. And that's the chorus. Now the next section, which is the only other section in the tune I think, is a variation on the verse riff, but the rhythm's slightly different, okay? And there's a bit of phaser added, so I've added the phaser, right? Everything else stays the same, and it sounds like this. Load of fills in there. The main ones I'll show you, but get the phrasing of this first F chord right first, and that is, and then you're going to play this little lick, and that slowly, it's a wicked little riff. So very slowly. Those last 2 notes are just single notes, okay? You want to get it so it's fluid, okay? Now when you move in between the F and the G, because you've removed all your other fingers, you can just slide your first finger up. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Or apply your 3rd and 4th fingers. But when you're like that, all that you can do really is go to the G, which is fine. So you could do a little. Mike does. I find Mike does that at the beginning, but he doesn't do it in this bit. Put it in there if you want though. But anyway, here's some of the fills that he does do. Which is just part of the intro riff, right? So that is, and then that rundown. So that's a hammer on, and then a slide. You can play the open note, or you can do a pull off. And that is quite a quick slide. Okay, 2 more kind of fills to show you in this section. Lovely. Let's do that slowly. So first part's the same, but then you're going to play. So that is, and then the third beat is. So you're just hammering on the first fret on the B string. Okay. And you play that note again. And then you strum the chord again and pull off. And then play the open G. It's just lovely that all that's going on underneath Lane's vocals. Okay, one more, and this one's tricky to play actually. Bear with me. Oh, not bad. That slowly. First part's the same, and then you're going to play. Alright, so that is just. So then you're basically, I'm playing the third fret of my little finger, and I'm adding my third finger to the second fret to do, and I'm also banking my other fingers behind it to try and get a bit of lift on that bend, because it's tough bending strings down here. And this has a fixed bridge. It's easier if you've got a floating bridge, but I don't on this guitar. Just another one of those country bends. So it's a full bend. If you can't play the bend, you could play like that. Same effect, but it's easier, okay? Okay, the bend's cooler. Try that way. So, slowly. Then you a little bit of a stop there. So I'm. Okay, it's pretty tricky. It's basically 3 bends. And on the third one you do a bend and release and then a pull off. With that B string still ringing out. But there we go, I think that's enough. So there you have it, Teddy. Hope that was good enough for you, mate. And thanks very much for coming to the gig and supporting us. I know you've been to several, as have many of you, and it's lovely to see you. So if you do come to a gig, please do come up and say hello if you want it. It's always nice to have a chat to people who watch the channel and get some feedback or suggestions for songs. So that's it from me. See you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.